Hi, class. So unfortunately, we got cut off with my internet went down completely, and it's been spotty all day. But um, unfortunately, that happened, especially on the first day. So what I wanted to do, so I don't take any time on Thursday, was to just brush up on what I was going to talk about for the rest of the time. So what I was just about to discuss was books. So let me just highlight these so that you're able to get a hold of these as soon as possible. The first book is by Hamlet. It's a concise history of Mexico. It is pretty thick. We'll be reading this as the main textbook pretty much every week. So it will be used as a way to um, for me to lecture from time to time, but also for us just kind of discuss week after week. So this is something you need to get your hands on as soon as possible because we will be in it next week. What I like about it is that it actually does start with the modern contemporary era. As you're going to see in this week's module, one of the conversation starters is contemporary issues in Mexico. And then also, same as next week, one of the big, like, as I mentioned before I got cut off, the big, like, identity issues that Mexico has. So this is the main textbook by Hamnet, third edition. Okay. The next book, which we won't be reading till middle of the semester, so you don't need to get it for a while, but I would get it, whatever works best for you. Your book probably won't look as like ancient as mine, some little wear and tear. This is by Samuel Ramos. This is a classic Mexican text, profile of man and culture in Mexico. Um, and so we'll be reading this for 2 weeks, as I mentioned, in the later part of the course. Um, and when we get there, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But one of the big philosophical questions in Mexico is this thing about identity. And Ramos's book deals with that. He's one of the authors involved with that. And so when you think of something like Mexican philosophy, it's generally wrapped around this like identity question. And people like Leopoldo Zea, Samuel Ramos, Octavio Paz, Alfonso Reyes, these are all figures doing the big like, who are we? What are we? Um, as a people, what makes Mexico unique? And so this is a really famous book there. Um, and so yeah, I need to get this one. And then finally, we are playing a history game based on the Mexican Revolution. So you're going to need to get this as well. It's filled with the rules of the game, but also contains primary source materials that you'll need. And I'm really excited about this, primarily because I only have a little small chance to take part as kind of more of a spectator um, in these games that Dr. Lashua, the chair at for HPS, would do, and I know it's very popular with students. So luckily, we this just came out, believe it or not. So luckily, we have one on the Mexican Revolution. And the Mexican Revolution obviously is a huge event in Mexican history. So it'll be something we are going to be able to take advantage of and really go in depth for like a solid couple of weeks. That means doing a game, and luckily, I think a few of the students, I know Alan for sure, but a few of the students have taken part of the earlier games with Dr. Lashua. So for the rest of us who've never done the game, we'll lean heavy on them and their experience to do it. But we're going to take about 3 weeks to do this, and I just think it's a way, it's a really good interactive way to study history, especially the Mexican Revolution, since it is like, one of the biggest historical events the last, around 100 years, especially in Latin America, but just even globally, it's very important. So that is the three texts that you need to get. The main textbook, Hamnet, for sure. You want to get that one as soon as possible. Okay. Um, Feel free to send me an email if you have any questions about the books. I'm going to upload another video with regards to the other assignments on Canvas as well. So make sure to look out for that one. And again, just my sincerest apologies about Zoom going down and just me losing internet for, that time. Not the way I wanted to start the semester.